Interrupt me.
All right.
Yeah,
Told you all week podcast is back for week 3. What is this, week 3, Josh? Or is it week
yes,
4 for
sir.
us?
Week 3. It's
Okay.
week 4, but week 3 of us recording. We been keeping it
Yes,
on the low.
I know. We're still on the low a little bit till we iron some kinks out.
Yeah.
We're just doing for shits and giggles right now, even though we're kind of hot. Last week, just going on, we had a beautiful day. We've only missed on. We had Clemson plus 10. We had UC. No, that was the week before. We had Louisville. They started our week off bad and missed minus
So,
13.
oh my God.
Louisville gets
What
on
was
my
the score in
nerves.
that game? It was
They
just
came
all
back.
over the place.
They came back and won
Yeah.
by 7.
It was
We had
that
FSU.
turnover.
We had FSU over 43. Georgia Tech 21 and a half. That last second touchdown saved us. Georgia Tech had no business losing to Clemson by 21 and a half. By
No
20.
business.
UGA, that was our pick of the day. That was over before it started. Michigan, everybody picked Penn State all week, not us. We couldn't see it. Couldn't see it.
My
Couldn't see
lock
it.
of the week. I don't have
Yep.
my hat on, but I told them boys Miami weren't getting smacked.
Yeah, you did. Utah, we had Ohio State, we had JMU, we had Bama, we had, and that's pretty much it. All those picks hit. Oregon covered on us for the -2.
I'm so happy we didn't touch Carolina last week.
Oh
We
my
talked about
goodness.
it.
Yeah, we did. And
We said
Carolina,
it. We was like, ah.
we was like, I don't know. They can't play no defense. But so that's just a recap. We pretty much hit over 80%. So this week
James
we're going to
Madison.
try to this week, James Madison. We had James Madison. So this week we're going to go right to it. We're going to start with our pretty much picks that we feel super confident. So we're going to talk about this Missouri and Florida game. I feel like we got Missouri beating the pants off of Florida. I tried to be devil's advocate and find a way that Missouri
Florida
would
wins this
lose.
game.
They stink. They let
They
Kentucky's
stink.
quarterback David Larry throw for 300 plus on them. Like this, that's what Missouri throws the football well and runs the football well. I don't see a scenario where Florida stops them. Like I just don't.
Their defense is better than Florida's. Uh, it's going to be cold. It's a road game for Florida. That's another thing to
Yeah,
take
and they're
into
terrible on the
consideration.
road. They're terrible on the road.
Florida already has kids in the portal, so I mean, they're they're not they're worried about the offseason. Some of these kids are trying to figure out where they're going to be at next. A
So
lot of that going around. So yeah, we're
so
very comfortable with Mizzou here.
so we're starting with our number. So we're gonna make that our favorite pick. We got them. It's at -5 for our teaser.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they beating the crap out of Florida.
Yeah, I was comfortable at it around -8. I was
Yeah,
comfortable with Mizzou if I was
yeah,
betting for real. Like
yeah.
I really
yeah.
think that they win by a touchdown and a field goal, maybe even more.
All right, so we got Missouri. I feel like we don't have to talk too much about that. I still think people are sleeping on Missouri. Florida's terrible on the road. And that game's a night game, 7:30. Missouri has big. They have New Year's Six bowl in their mind.
But I was just about to say we could clip this up. Um, People are not gonna know about Missouri until they beat somebody in the bowl game.
Yeah,
That's what it's gonna take.
yeah, because
That's what it's
they
gonna
think
take.
they think this is the old Missouri of just trust
Uh-uh.
me. They had us on the ropes, LSU on the ropes. They had Georgia on the ropes. They're like, don't let these final scores fool you. Missouri is in these games, and they're
Mm-hmm.
competitive. Only way Florida's got to get a pick six, a fumble recovery for a touchdown. They got to get like
They'd have to
punt
win the
return.
turnover battle by 2. Yeah, they got to win the
Yeah,
turnover battle by 2. They'd have to that offense would have to do something that they had to do all year, and that score on consecutive drives.
yeah. That there's nothing about me that likes Florida. Like they give up 200
What
on the
is it? 2 and
ground.
17?
He,
2 and 17 on the road. Come on,
and
man.
they,
We
they
can go ahead and
beat
go to the next. We can go to the next
Yeah,
game.
we're going to the next one. So everybody, we're taking Missouri on our teaser -5. We'll come back for a parlay or the regular spread for your people that like to take that. But we're doing teasers only right now. So -6, we're starting with our 7 point. That's our first leg. Second leg that I feel really confident. I don't know about you, just because they just got their teeth kicked in against Michigan, and I mean Michigan just dominated them. Penn
Yeah.
State, -13.5. I'm comfortable with up to 14.5.
Mm-hmm.
Versus Rutgers. Rutgers can't score. Penn State, let's not get it twisted. Michigan ran the ball on Penn State because it's Michigan.
It's Michigan, bro.
Rutgers
That's what they do.
Rutgers is not doing that. They've beat them by an average of 25 points the last 3 games. So unless something magically, and they didn't score a single point against Iowa, they're not scoring against Penn State.
Penn
Let me
State
see
gives
again.
up barely 2 touchdowns a game. Barely two
Let's
touchdowns a
see.
game. So and this is me because I feel like we didn't got multiple clips of me saying this. At max,
Is that
Rutgers scored 17 points in this game. At
and I
max. And that's a
I'm
great
not even.
scenario.
And I'm talking about I'm talking about they got a pick six and their offense scores. That's 14. That's it. I'm not giving them no more than that. Rutgers can't score on Penn State. Penn State, the last 3 games is because they had some tough games and they took their starters out. They only give up 2.7 offensive touchdowns a game. They gave up 3 to Michigan, and that's
Yeah.
the Michigan.
And that's the Michigan who was
3.
running the ball
That's
down
it.
their throat.
And I mean, and that 3 is not a high number. That 3 was spread out. Like that's only a touchdown a quarter. I mean, it was still a competitive game. They only give up 1.7 offensive touchdowns per game for the season. The only people that are
This is
better than
senior
them,
night.
yeah,
It's senior night. And you know what I'm saying? Last home game, we're getting to that point. Last home games. Like,
yep. The only defense that's better than them is UCLA. Okay, Iowa's defense is better. They only give up a touchdown,
okay.
but Penn State scores more, so Rutgers can't. And Michigan,
Yeah.
Michigan only they're so I'm comfortable. And let me just reiterate. Let me just reassure the crowd on how comfortable I'm gonna go to the school offensive touchdowns per game. Let me just do that.
For who?
Um,
Michigan?
for Penn State. So Penn
Penn
State,
State, they right around 4, 5.
even though their offense is anemic when it comes to good defenses, let's see
Big
where
game.
they're at.
Yeah, big game.
I think Penn State is
4
right
or
around.
5.
Is it really?
Yeah. They in that 4 to 5 range.
Yeah, 4 TDs again. So that right there. So even if they give up 14 and they score 28, that's still over the spread. So I'm gonna put a star by that one. So we both agree we like Penn State and we like Mizzou right now. So those are our 2 cores so far.
We love
Okay.
those.
So let's talk about this Clemson and North Carolina game. So North Carolina
Man.
tried to fool us. They let I don't know who this backup quarterback, which I thought it was Riley Leonard from Duke, put up 30 plus on them. So I know Dabo, and I see, like I said, I see why Dabo talking about buy Clemson stock. I looked at their schedule; they're
We
winning
didn't
out.
see it. He seen it.
Yeah,
He
he
seen
saw
it.
the
We
vision.
didn't see it.
He saw the vision. I'm on to you, Dabo. I'm on to you.
Yeah,
So
man.
I'm comfortable with Clemson money line.
Yep. Yes,
I'm
sir.
also comfortable with. But what's your certainty on it? Are you feel like you could find better value, or you feel like that's a I gotta have that team in every single ticket?
As we go through it, I feel like there's a
Okay,
little bit better value out there.
we got okay.
But
So
we can come back to it. But there's a lot
okay,
more. There's a lot of value out there this weekend.
we can get Georgia at -3.
And see, that's where I'm looking at that like, I know I like Clemson, but I feel like the money is going to be people. I don't know why people keep doing this, bro. But every
Yeah, I don't
week
know.
people are putting money to beat Georgia, and it's like, bro,
It's not
no,
happening.
no,
It's not.
it's not.
Just one guy that
I'm
I kind of
comfortable.
watch. that I kind of watch and get information. The last 2 weeks, he's faded Georgia. He's like, he keeps doing it. I'm like, bro, I don't know what game you're watching, but Georgia's not losing any games coming up soon.
Tennessee is just not what we, you know what I'm saying? It's not what we thought they were going to be doing defensively. Offensively, if you look it up, I'm pretty sure they're at about 4 touchdowns max.
Who?
And for Tennessee.
They don't.
So that Georgia Tennessee.
You know what? Do you know what Tennessee does well? This is what they do well. That they don't throw the football well. They want to run the football, and they are not running the football on Georgia. So I don't know where their points going to come from.
And so exactly, and it's not like they score. It's not like they score hella points anyway. So it's like you're going against a Georgia team that's at all cylinders right now, can go easily and go put up 4 touchdowns on you. Matter of fact, they can go put 5 on you.
5. You know what I'm saying?
So they can go 35 on you. And Tennessee sitting there anemic with 14, 17.
Tennessee just lost to Missouri 36-7, and Georgia just beat Missouri. Tennessee lost to Florida, or did they?
Yes, sir.
Did they play? Yeah, Tennessee lost to Florida
at the Swamp. At the
Swamp. And you telling me that they're going to beat Georgia? Like, no. It's Georgia's not sleeping into it. This is a 3:30 kickoff. Georgia's not sleepwalking in there. I think what's going on is people are looking at that number 13 ranking beside Tennessee's name and that 7-3, and they think this is going to be a competitive game.
I feel like they were ranked around. I think they were ranked around 11 when Florida humbled them. So it does. I don't know why they keep bringing them back up every year. I mean, every week they decide, but it's fine. It's over this week.
And Alabama did the same thing.
Yeah. Until Georgia plays Alabama, I'm very comfortable with every matchup they have.
Yeah. So we like that. So that's our. So would you like to make Missouri, Penn State, Georgia as our 3 teams that we're going to core? Okay. So
that's the core right there.
So our core is Missouri -4, Penn State -13.5, Georgia -3. We like Georgia -3.5. We like Georgia -4. We like Penn State to win by 2 TDs. So if your bookie doesn't have 7 points, we like Missouri all the way up to a touchdown. So you guys are good with that. So now we're going to start getting into the picks where it's going to kind of rotate. So if you're making a 6-team teaser, you can rotate. If you want to have 3 $50 tickets, you can rotate these teams in and out. So Clemson, we like Clemson -1. We like Clemson over 51.
Yes, sir. We like that over in that game.
So North Carolina averages 4.3 TDs a game. Clemson average, and these are offensive TDs. Like I don't really care for the special teams. You can't account for special teams touchdowns and fumble recovery for touchdown. I want to see what offensive touchdowns. Like, are you getting
when your offense comes out? What are you doing?
Yeah.
Are you kicking field goals or are you scoring touchdowns?
And the last 3 is consistent with Clemson's regular 3.3. They had 5 last week. At home, they average 3.8. On the road, 2.3. So let's just say Clemson's 21. North Carolina is scoring 21, period. I would be very
and that's scoring 21, period. But Clemson's defense, this is the thing. Clemson's going to make Carolina one-dimensional. Yeah. That Hampton kid is not going to be able to run the football in this game.
Yeah.
Clemson's already been running the football all year. I don't know what they've done because since the Notre Dame game, you can't run the ball on them no more. So they're going to make – it's going to be all on Drake May. He's going to have to drop back. That pass rush is going to be on him. And so not to say that Carolina's not going to score points. They're going to score points. Yeah. But they could go out there and score 24 points. And I just feel like their defense is going to give up 31 to Clemson. You know what I'm saying? I think their defense is going to give up 28 to Clemson.
And this is also what I feel like. I feel like I could be looking at this game, and it could be 7-10 in the first half. 7-10 North Carolina or 7-10 Clemson, and the score wind up being 30-28. Because just by volume, the way North Carolina throws the ball, let's just say Clemson gets up by 14, they got to throw the ball. They're eventually going to get in the box. And Clemson's not going to stop scoring. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm comfortable with taking the over. I would throw that in your tickets if you don't feel like Clemson -1 is, you just feel like Clemson is ass and you're not taking Clemson and you want to take North Carolina with the points. Out there, I advise you with the points. I mean, if you're going to take Carolina with the 13.5, that means they're scoring. That means they're not winning a 17-7-20 game. I'm just telling you
They're
that
not.
right now. They're not winning those type of games. It's
If
going to
that
be
game is ugly, they can't win it.
nope.
They're
So
not built that way.
yeah. So
And they have 21-point quarters. So Carolina, one of them schools, like that third quarter for them, they come out of the third quarter and put points up. So you know what I'm saying? I could be, like you said, 7-10 at halftime, and then it busts up, and it may be 17-24. You know what I'm saying? But hey,
let's just take the overtime game out of there. I watched Duke with a third string quarterback put 45 on Carolina at home. Come on, man. You don't think
home.
Dabo's got at home? Dabo's got the tape. It's like it's nothing to talk about right there. We're moving on. Like,
and Clemson is rolling right now offensively.
yeah.
The Tyler Brown kid, all them weapons, they found something over there. They've been humbled.
So we're more comfortable taking Clemson -1.
Yes, sir.
So you rather take Clemson -1 or the over 51?
Yes, sir.
If
I had to choose, I would with the -1 because we know Dabo, bro. He could turn this into one of them 20-17 games, and this shit gross. You know what I'm saying? This could happen.
So
it's
now
senior night at Clemson, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They brought they brought your boys down to -2, Josh. You can get James Madden.
They pushing me. They pushing me. This App State game gonna be a big game.
Yeah. So when I look at that and I see this, it was started at 4, then it moved to 3. Now that moving it down to 2, that means something fishy's going on. But that's our job to is the only way James Madison doesn't win this by 2 is if they're losing. Do you see them losing?
Exactly.
That's the only reason.
Them losing,
so it's really
it's senior night. It's a home game for them. 2:00.
That's the only way that they don't cover this -2 is that they are losing this game.
And both their offenses are pretty solid. So I wanted to look up App State's defense. And I've just been going off the last 3, and they give up probably about 2 to 3 touchdowns.
So
but
21.
James Madison,
they don't.
They right around 2. They give up 2. You know, so I know for a fact that James Madison is scoring points in this game, and it's a home game for them. And we see it every week. Every time there's a school that they say matches up with them, it'll be 17-7 at halftime. Me and you will talk, and an hour later we'll look back. It's 42-7, and I'm like, bro, how did we get here? How did we get here? They just, I don't know what they do offensively, and I haven't watched one of their games full. Like, hey, I'll be watching highlights.
I watched their games, and I couldn't figure. They're just good. Like, I couldn't say, oh, they're just good, bro. They have good wide receivers. They have a solid quarterback. They have a solid line, and they call good plays. So,
I'm taking it.
I would be comfortable taking the -2. I've never seen James Madison where I could get James Madison -2, and that's the only thing that scares me is that they're -2. Like, why? Like, I get it. But the regular spread is 10 now, so -10, but still, like, what can you explain to me why with a 2?
I think because App State went on the road last week and beat Georgia State, and Georgia State is 6-4. Like they're pretty solid in that.
But James Madison beat the pants off of them.
But James Madison beats the pants out of everybody. You know what I'm saying? They beat The only game that was close for them was that Marshall game.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And now App State beat Marshall You know what I'm saying? And they beat Marshall by 22. James Madison only beat Marshall by 11. So,
Yeah.
was that an off game? But then you could go somewhere and see, James Madison probably beat somebody by 40 that App State only beat by might have lost
Yeah.
to. You know what I'm saying? Because App App State's record isn't like what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So man, I could easily see James Madison blowing them out. But I like that
So
-2 because that just lets me know that they're pretty much telling me it's a pick 'em, and I could choose James Madison to win,
yeah,
and that's how I
that's
feel about that -2.
that's what I'm saying. Like, all I know is if I am looking at my phone and I'm stressing my ticket, all I know is I just need James Madison to kick a field goal to win this game.
That's
Just
it.
win by 2. Just win by 2.
1-2.
That's what. So we'll add that. Um, what about the over 49?
I like the over, but this is
Would
the
you
thing.
do you have a this?
I don't
Would you?
know. I don't know. I'm scared because, like I told
Yeah,
you, that
we could
game with
take.
Marshall was 20-9.
Yeah, we could
Oh,
take that
this,
off.
this could barely, yeah, because you said 47. This could easily be
49.
49. Yeah, this could easily be like a 27-17. And what's
The
that?
regular. The
37,
regular.
40, 54,
The regular spread is over
30,
57. The regular
over 57. So we're getting it at
with
I
the
don't
7 point.
know. Yeah, I don't
I think.
like that.
Yeah, I think we got better value. We don't have to reach and try to go get that.
Yeah, you don't have to reach for that.
Michigan -12 against Maryland.
I was putting my max at 15.
Yeah,
So I'm very comfortable with the 12 with Michigan.
yeah,
It's the best. We say this every week. Best defense in the country.
yep. They're going.
Maryland's offense is so.
Yeah.
They've had a solid year,
The
but
only
like
only thing about this, I don't think Michigan. The way I see this being tight is if Michigan is sleeping at 12. But they play big noon kickoffs all the time. I don't expect them to be sleeping at 12.
I don't see them sleeping with everything that they got going on. With
Yeah, they
Harbaugh's
can't.
not there. They got so much. They got so much going on, and the national championship is pretty much there for the taking. I don't know if
Yeah,
you've seen Josh Pate's latest poll, but we talked about this earlier. Like, there's a world where Florida State wins out, and
and
it
doesn't
don't
get in.
matter.
Yeah, it don't
You know
matter.
what I'm saying?
Yep,
Because of how Michigan's playing, how Ohio State's playing, how Alabama's playing, how Georgia's playing, how Oregon's playing, and we ain't
yep,
even talked about Oregon yet. And so
yep,
it's like, um, I think I think the way you beat teams is gonna have to start to matter because
yep.
if you're playing with your food,
Yeah,
it's not gonna matter. And I think Penn State's a hard
man,
defense. They go and score that many points on them. The way they ran the ball on them, Maryland has
man.
nobody that can
Maryland
stop
lost
them
to
running the ball.
Maryland lost to Northwestern 33-27.
Cut the check. Take the
So
points, guys. It's okay.
it's okay.
It's
Okay,
okay.
so right now for our initial teaser, we got Mizzou. We got Mizzou -4. We got Penn State as our locks, our rotational that we're going to keep in all our tickets. And
Mm-hmm.
um we had Penn State, and we had, what do we have? Georgia. We had Georgia -3. Those are our 3 rotations. And then we're adding Clemson -1 for that's number 4. UCLA,
Mm-hmm.
Michigan -12 to 11, all the way
Yep.
up to 2 touchdowns. So that's
Yes,
5.
sir.
So here's where I wanted to get. So UC Chip Kelly just got fired, was getting fired.
What is
So
getting?
I don't understand that, but we're not
Don't
here to talk
understand it.
about. Uh, um,
Question: USC is going to the Big Ten next year, correct? When is the
yes,
next
sir.
time they're going to play UCLA? This
Uh,
could possibly be the last time they play UCLA for the foreseeable future. So this
yeah.
is going to be a big game. Chip Kelly's last game against the rival.
That's what I'm about to get. I don't see them. USC is not capable of beating no solid team by no 14.
They're not.
So, with that being said, are you more comfortable with the over? I've looked at the last
So,
4 games. It's been box everywhere. Even though UCLA has a good
see,
defense this year.
my thing is with UCLA, it's the same thing we had with when they played Colorado. Are they going to score enough points?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because USC is going to score. They're going to score 30, 28, 25, but can UCLA beat them in a game? Okay, say, because USC scores 4 touchdowns a game. So, okay, say they hold them at 3 and a field goal. They got 24 points. UCLA don't score but maybe 2 touchdowns a game. So they still don't win that game, even if they hold their average on offense.
So last year it was
So that's the
48 to
nerve
40.
wracking thing.
Last year it was
48-40. There
40.
you go.
It was 48. It was last year it was 48 to 45. USC won. The year before that, it was 62 to 33. UCLA won.
62 to what?
33.
Bro, USC
So
got stopped.
the year before that, 2020 was 43 to 38. That's why I'm like, bro, this shit is going over.
So it's going over. It's going over. You know what I'm saying? USC, bro, that's ridiculous.
And this is before Lincoln Riley. Bro.
This is before Lincoln Riley.
Josh. And then the year before that, in 2019, it was 35 to 52. USC won. So every year.
So it don't matter what this points score. Every year this game is gone over.
The year before that, in 2018, it was 27 to 34. UCLA won.
Well,
and they were.
This all makes sense because Chip been over there. Chip Jamora. So
Bruh.
you know what I'm saying?
So there's a world where UCLA can lose by 14, but I know there's going to be boxing here.
It's going to be box here.
Yeah, UCLA can't stop. I mean, because here's the thing: if USC gets up by 28, I'm satisfied because now UCLA gotta get in the box. They're gonna score. Like
they'll give you
USC.
They'll give you 2 trash
Yeah,
touchdowns.
they're gonna get me 2. And USC ain't done scoring. There's no world where USC finished the game with 28 to 14.
No, sir.
So let me just do some research real quick. Let me look at USC. I'm gonna look at their lowest point total. So week 1, 56 to 28 to San Jose State. That's over 58.
They let San Jose score how many points? 20 what?
28.
See?
Week 2 was 66 to 14 over the line that we have it. The week 3 was Stanford was 56 to 10 over the line we have. That's 66 points. Week 4 against Arizona State was 42 to 28. That's over 58.5. USC versus Colorado, 48 to 41. That's over a 58.5. USC versus Arizona in overtime, 41 to 43. That's over 58. USC versus Notre Dame, 48 to 20. That's over 58.5. Utah versus USC, 34-32. That's over our 58.5. USC versus Cal, that's 50 to 49. That's 90 points. USC versus Washington, 52 to 42. USC versus Oregon, 36 to 27. I think that's the only one that was.
No, that one went over too, but it was close.
Yep, 58.5. I'm taking it.
Yeah, it's over. Because I'm gonna sit here in my mind. UCLA offense is better than Cal's, and Cal scored 49 on them. So,
and I like that. I like that. I like that wide receiver, that Lola guy, whatever his name is.
Yeah, throw the stats out the books. USC gives up points. They can have me out there fucking playing wide receiver. They let me get a couple of out routes.
Man, I could put Tiggy and Rory out there and line them up, and I'm getting 35. Like, Oh my God, USC can't stop a nosebleed.
Fired their defensive coordinator in the middle of the week.
Yeah. So okay, I like this list. We're narrowing it down. I'll say the last one we talked to. We got a couple minutes left, and I'll send another link for part 2. We got 9 minutes left on this one. Notre Dame minus 18.5.
Absolutely.
So, do you think they're going to cover that?
Let's see here. It's all about how weight comes to play, man. I think Notre Dame is trying to score 40 points in this game.
Notre Dame.
This is a home game for Notre Dame. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be cold in South Bend. Wake Forest got to travel there. Wake Forest is 4-6, man.
They stink.
They stink.
Wake Forest. How many touchdowns did they score again? I don't even think they only
score like 2 to 3.
They
2 to 3
scored
touchdowns a game.
2 TDs a game. They had 1 last week. 2 TDs.
And USC scored 20 on Notre Dame at home. I think Wake Forest might score half of that. They might get 10 points.
So
I can see Notre Dame go out there and score
Notre
35.
Dame scored.
This is a 35-10 game.
Notre Dame scores 28 points at home, 4 TDs.
Yeah, this is a 35-10 game to me.
Yeah,
they win by 25.
Yeah,
I'm comfortable with that 18.
They gonna beat the pants off them.
Yeah, bro. This is a 3 touchdown game, and this is no disrespect to Wake Forest. It's just a bad matchup at the end of the year.
They can't.
You
they
are
can't
what you are at this point.
And Notre Dame. Let me see what they're running, because I know that big guy. Let me see what Wake Forest's run defense looks like, because Notre Dame has no problem putting that. Who gives up the last 3? Yeah. See, also going back to that UCLA game, UCLA only gives
not too bad.
UCLA only gives up 76 yards a game on Russia, so USC is definitely gonna be throwing the ball. Wake Forest, the last 3. Well, if you're under Charlotte for the last 3 games, I know something. They've given up 191 yards a game the last 3. They gave up 266 last week.
They're giving up 4 yards a carry.
Oh,
Notre Dame's going to try to double that and get the 6, 7, 8 yards a carry and get this game over with. That's why, bro. 42-10.
What did Wake Forest lose? What did Wake Forest lose by? God, who ran for 266 on them?
Well, Florida State beat them 41-16.
Oh my God. Wake stinks.
Bro, they lost to Virginia Tech 30-13. Cut the check. Comfortable with the 18, bro.
Yeah. So, yeah, they getting their skull dragged.
Oh my God, what was Dabo doing up in Wake Forest, battling for his career? 17-12.
Oh my!
Their offense stunk.
Bro,
offense was bad.
Wake Forest let NC State run for 266 yards on them.
Notre Dame's gonna try to match that.
Notre Dame, they beat Wake Forest. NC State beat Wake Forest 26-6. Notre Dame is doubling that.
Shit, NC State covered the -18. What the fuck do you think Notre Dame about to do?
Exactly.
It's very simple, guys.
We're not making this shit difficult. The regular spread is 24.5. The regular spread is 24.5. They're going. I would even be comfortable taking that shit. They're going to cover that.
I'd take that. Wouldn't blink. Yeah. I told you what I thought the score was going to be: 35-10, 42-10 at max. Wake Forest scored 10 points in this game.
Yeah. And
I'm giving them a lot of credit with that team. Nigga, they
Yeah,
score 10, they should be happy.
that team is terrible. So our pool of picks is James Madison -2, UGA -3, Michigan -11, Penn State -13.5, Clemson basically a pick 'em. Did we keep the Clemson over 51? Or we took that off?
We did not. We took that off.
Okay.
We didn't like
I'm
that one.
gonna take that one off. We had the UCLA over 58.5, and Notre Dame -17.5, 18.5, Missouri -4. Okay. So what I'm gonna do, so again, just to recap for people that are listening, this is our 7-point teaser. Most bookies you can only go up to 6 teams. I know FanDuel, DraftKings, you can do whatever you want. But for our rotational locks, UGA -3, Missouri -5, all the way up to 7. Penn State -13.5, 14.5. We like it all the way up to 17. That's 3. So we're going to have those teams in pretty much all of our teasers and picks. Then our next up is UCLA, USC over 58. We just read over like the last 10 games. USC is went way over that. Bearing any miracles, we want defensive turnovers over there. That shortens the field. It lets people get boxes. Notre Dame to crush Wake Forest at 17.5. Michigan to crush Maryland. JMU to beat Appalachian. The only one that I'm kind of shaky on just because it's so low is App. So that I think JMU is going to win. If JMU is going to win, they're covering in -2. If you think that Appalachia is going to win or keep it close, I would take App. But I'm personally not from what I watch. I'm not taking Appalachian. I'm not taking Appalachian. From what I see with James Madison, they don't come out there and play around with food. They don't do it. They're well coached. They get up and down the field. They play football the way football is supposed to be played. Somebody is running at you. If somebody is running at you, you're supposed to tackle them. You're a receiver, you're supposed to get away from the guy that's guarding you. The quarterback's supposed to throw the ball. You're not supposed to turn the ball over. You're supposed to get in the box. That is the simple version of James Madison. That is how they play. And if you can't play like that, then you're not going to beat them. And if they do find themselves in a game where you want to get ugly and dirty and run the football and it's raining and it's muddy, they can play that way too. I've seen that before too. And they can play 30, 35 games as well. So they're well coached.
You want to do a shootout? We can shoot it out. If you want to play grounded out football, kick your field goals, we can do that too.
Okay. So we're going to end with that, and we're going to start part 2 as I upload. We're going to go over our 10-point teasers, those go pretty quick. And we're going to do our 13-point teaser. That goes really quick. And then we'll do our pick of the day. We kind of already went over it. And this week we'll do parlays. So people that want the actual spread to see what we got, we'll give those out. But disclaimer, if you lose your parlay because you took the regular spread, that's on you. We're just saying what we like, but we're specializing in teasers.
Yeah. Very
yeah. So if you lose because you they confident James Madison. I didn't say take the points. I just said this is my teaser. Okay. All right.